Hi everybody, I'm Sue Allen Clayton. Welcome to my channel where we're learning how to read tarot one card at a time. Today's video is going to be a lot different than my normal videos. It's going to be shorter and it's also not going to be scripted. So I wanted to share with you some decisions and changes I've been making. And if you want the short version, it is that I am taking a sabbatical. I'm going to stop making long form YouTube videos, but my plan is to continue with the short ones for now. And the reason for this is there's a lot of reasons. One is that the way I've been reading has changed a lot over the last few months. When I started this channel, as many of you know, I really wanted to learn tarot, and I had no idea about anything. And I didn't understand the meaning of the cards. I didn't know what reversals were. I really didn't know anything. And I wanted to share that with you guys. I wanted to share my journey with you guys. So I started off with making 78 videos about each card. And from there, I transitioned into doing readings, usually 3-card readings, but sometimes more. And basically, they were still based on the traditional meanings of the cards with some intuition thrown in for good measure. But I'm definitely changing so that the readings I'm doing now are almost totally intuitively based. And I want to share that with you guys, but I'm not exactly sure how to do that. That means that the readings tend to be a lot shorter, which is probably a good thing because people are busy. And part of it makes me question, okay, who am I to give these interpretations? There are a lot of people online who are far more experienced than I am. So I've struggled a little bit with bringing that to the channel. So I really want to figure that out. Something else that has happened to me recently, and it wasn't the first time, but I had a visit from Spirit with a message for somebody in my family. And this was entirely unexpected, but kind of cool. And part of me was like, is it real? Is it not? What's going on? And the individual was like super insistent. So it so happens that my sister is a medium. And I was driving home from Canada to visit my parents, and I was on a highway. And I pulled off at the nearest stop, and I emailed my sister, and I said, can you please do a reading for me? And this person is, giving a message. And she said, of course. And so it turned out that the message that I had gotten was actually accurate. And I feel like tarot has really opened up my communication with Spirit. And I just want to be able to explore that and figure out how does that work? How do I make this a part of my life? How do I protect myself from it when there's things that maybe people who are coming toward me that I don't want to know, who I don't want to talk to? So that is part of it as well. Something else, and a friend of mine told me this many years ago. She is a very gifted graphic designer and also fine artist. And when she was in art school, one of her teachers told her that the time that she spends away from her work, her art, is just as important as the time she spends in the studio. And for the last almost 2 years, I have been in the studio almost 24/7. And I know that to get some of the ideas and the changes and the insight that I want, I just need to step away and do something else. Lucky for me, there's a lot of other things that I want to do. One of it is it's not very, very exciting, but we have a lot of work that needs to be done around our house. And when I'm doing YouTube all day, I just don't get to it at night. So that is one thing that I'd like to get done. We have some major decluttering and house stuff that needs to be done. I'm also a big quilter, and I have not done really any quilting in the last couple of years. And I just love quilting so much. And I have not been able to figure out how to make all this a part of my life. I was doing 3 videos a week for quite a while. A few months ago, I went down to, I guess it was almost a year. Well, I can't remember. It was a while ago. I went down to 2 videos a month, 2 videos a week, and I thought, oh, that'll give me lots of time. Well, that really didn't. So I just need to take some time off and work on some home stuff and other things. The other thing is that over the last couple of years and even before that, I have so many books and programs and classes and courses that I've purchased about tarot and also related things like astrology and numerology and things like that, that I really want to read or listen to or consume or learn about. And I know that it will make me a better tarot reader, but I just have not been able to get there. So I want to take some of this time off and just start going through those courses and reading some of those books and just adding that to what I already know. Because when I started, it was kind of all book learning, and I have a lot more experience now. I've made over 200 videos. I've done, a couple hundred readings. I think more like 300 or 400 readings. So I am much more seasoned than I was. And I really kind of need to own that and figure out what goes next. So I shared all this with my best friend, who is the one who got me into tarot. And I was telling her how much I felt like I needed a break and what I was going to do. And she's a video person. And she said, your channel is called Learn Tarot with Sue. Why don't you take your viewers along this learning journey with you? And every week, just post a short video about, this is what I was doing this week, this is what I learned about, this is what I realized, and not have it be anything formal, but just so people know what's going on. And I love that idea because, one, I love to teach, as you guys know. I wanted to stay connected. Her point was it would also cement my learning, and I thought that was a great idea too. So, and it would also keep the YouTube algorithm thinking I was alive. So, all great things. So, I was really, really excited after I talked to her, and that was about a week ago. And I woke up the next morning, and my jaw was killing me. I was trying to figure out, did I get TMJ overnight? Like, what happened? And it took a couple days, and I realized, oh, my body is telling me not to do this. So, of course, I did like tarot readings and, all the metaphysical stuff I do. And I realized, I don't think that I need the stress of trying to share what I learned. Like, I just need to kind of go back into my cave and figure it out for myself. So I was kind of disappointed because I thought that was a really good idea. And I'm not saying I'm not going to get there in the next few months, but I don't know if I will or not. So then the next question is, how long is this going to be for? And I don't know. I think till the end of the summer, that would be my preference. That gives me almost 4 months. It gives me, which is, I think, a lot of time. It means I don't have to make videos during the really hot months, which is kind of nice. It's nicer weather to do stuff around the house and things. So I think I'll probably, the plan now is to consider going back on September 1st. But I don't know if that will be the case. It might be sooner, it might be later. It's conceivable I'll decide not to continue. It is highly likely that the format I've been doing will change, but it may be that I just decide, no, what I was doing will work. So that's sort of where things stand at this point. If you're new to my channel, there's lots to keep you busy. There's 78 videos on one on each of the major Minor Arcana. There's lots of other instructional videos, such as how to read tarot intuitively, or, how to work with the court cards, all sorts of things like that, how to read reversals. And there's also about 100 card readings. So there's lots for you to do if you want to go that route. So, and if you're somebody who's been following along from the beginning and have watched everything, first of all, I appreciate you guys more than I can say. It has just been so gratifying, the comments and the likes and just the private messages that you appreciate what I'm doing. And so I hope you'll pick up back with me when I come back to the surface. So that's where things stand. I've kind of shared what I do know. It's hard for me because I'm such a planner to just not script everything out and scope everything out and have a daily plan. But I think this is the way that I really need to go for now. So thanks for listening, and thanks so much for your support. I hope to see you all soon. Bye for now.